Good evening, Amit.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
All good, all good.
I know you are a busy man, one man army, but thanks a lot for accepting the invite and my persistent follow up to quickly share some space before the phone start ringing fast again. Let's
Right.
begin. So, this conversation is all about how COVID has already been seen more as a negative. Everyone started looking at the negative side of it. Definitely, it is
Right.
something that is unfortunate. But I have coming from a school of thought that when you stay positive, when you wish positive, and when you think positive, positive things will start opening up for everyone.
Oh,
So,
right.
having of that belief, it struck me that why don't I share with the world those individuals who have actually caught this crisis by its neck and said that I will not bend down, I will rather convert you also into my opportunity, you being one.
Right.
And I'm glad that I got introduced to you during this whole COVID situation because such discoveries don't happen with a plan. So let's begin without losing much time. I have few questions. We'll start with the first one.
Yeah.
What was your first feeling when COVID lockdown got announced?
See, when COVID lockdowns were announced, it was basically a surprise for everyone. That's the first time this is happening. But you can't spend decades building a dream, but the world can destroy it, something as random called pandemic COVID.
Right,
So this is something I don't want. It was just a question mark for us. What will happen now?
right. So, and what was your immediate feeling when you saw that travel is stopped and that ban was there, and probably I'm not sure whether your sales have come to a standstill.
See, I had no idea that what 2020 will obviously what would it be before and now. But the sales obviously has got down and the profits margins have come down and it's been weeks and now months and now I don't know, it might go to a year also.
Okay,
But yes, obviously from my side, I have few clients where I'm helping them out still, like you people who have been stranded abroad, and there are many people, and touch wood, I'm getting good business from them. So for
great.
me, as of now, I've not, but many people are facing this issue. There's no business in the market.
Great. I hear that. So, coming to the next question,
Yes,
and
yes.
what changed when Amit saw that the lockdown got extended again and again and again?
See, when the lockdown got extended, the many people whom I'm in touch with, I had this only a small complaint for all the airlines that these people are just money making people. They are just uploading all the fares on the system so that the people may book it. But eventually the money is getting in locked by the airlines. And this all these people have been in touch with me. I've tried my level best to help them out, and because of this COVID, it is still going on as of now. There's no commercial flights international still operational, but I have still managed to almost recover 1 crore 10 lakhs money, refund money from the airline in this past 3 months of COVID from the airline. Because all the airlines were the only thing that, boss, we are not giving you refunds. It will be a credit note. Then in this 3 months, I have managed to get the refunds for my clients, and I've given them also. And you can
I,
check on my website also. Everyone has given me the feedback as well. Thank you very much for your refund. That's the first amount which I've got in the 3 months.
I think I don't even have to check it because the glow and the and the pride when you share that helping your clients get back 1.1 crore and you have the number also off your head. So I can relate with how important it is for you to help your customers, and that's a very good and kind gesture. I can relate how people were worried that they were booking locked money, and they were looking every for help everywhere because call centers were not operating, or they
No
were
one
in,
is.
yeah, or they were on call for waiting for an hour or more for one call. So I think I'm sure you are God sent for them in that moment of crisis.
I have gone out of the way with all the airlines. I've called them up personally. I've made a recording for the airline from the airlines that yes, this is the refund will be done. Inform my supplier, then got the refund done accordingly as per the time limit. And
Great.
it was a great, good and great task for by myself.
And I'm sure the goodwill will go a long way, and people would recognize your gesture for probably for their lifetime, because hopefully the COVID is also once in a lifetime situation. Okay, now I'm curious to little get more deeper, Amit. Is how did Amit and the business react or respond? If you want to go into some specifics.
See, we had to accept this, that COVID is there now. We cannot do anything. But yes, I am always positive. I am still or inform all the people to be positive. That whatever happens, happens for the best. For me, 3 months there was no work. Trust me, I had taken my day in day out only for the refunds. But yes, from past 2 months, I am overloaded. The work is overloaded.
I think the blessings came right after 3 months. You said there were no work, and right after all lots of work. And I can relate now today, and even when you're making my booking, how busy you are and with the hands full trying to assist as many you can.
See, it's been a day or night. With 3 months, we did not have any work. So I was just what to do, only coordinating with the airline. But now when I get a work at night, 2 o'clock also I have issued the tickets. There are times lady has called me up in the night at 2 o'clock in the night that I'm stuck up in Delhi airport. There's a flight to Dubai early morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Can you help me out? I've issued a ticket in the night for them at 2:30 and I've given them.
So sweet of you. And I think it also, just as an afterthought I got, how the structure seems to have gone for a toss, because organizations believe in this 9 hours of work day, a little plus minus. But now, as you just said, 3 months, no work. And then there is so much work, and how your flexibility, how you quickly adapted and make yourself available. I think not only for the money, I can see the pride in you of being there for the passenger or customer who was stranded in the airport and was desperately looking for help. I think this is priceless.
Yeah, I am very transparent with my communication also with the clients. Nowadays, airline have stopped giving commission. But still we inform the client, if you book it, this is the price. I'm charging you 1,000 rupees as my service fees because I'm giving you service. The rest, everything I'll be taking care, but I'm charging you so and so. If you see my invoice also, it's very clear. Mention what is the price and what is my service fee I'm charging you.
I think the living example is myself. I did see that 250 and I think 250 or 500 and 1,000. And then I was curious, as someone who likes to save, that why not I go and do it on the website? Because on that day when you helped me, I can recall, and probably on record I will share, how you gave all detail and didn't ask anything more. You left it for me to decide whether I would like to or would not like to. I got complete detail. I can vouch for it. And then I thought, now if I go hunting on the websites, 2 options were in front of me. Hunt for the websites, pick the best deal, and then try to process and which feel good that I saved 1,000 or 500. But I knew that the prices were volatile, which is always the case. And I noticed, probably in the hindsight, that your prices were pretty much on par with what was being seen in any of the best websites. So I think that built the trust in me, if I were to think backward, that I have a person whom I can trust that the price is the best available as we speak at this moment. He is only charging the extra standard fee of that 1,000 or the domestic 500. And he is not, like usually we get worried, adding little bit also onto the ticket price, which I can't prove. But I think I was pretty convinced that you were following one principle. What price I get from the airport goes to the passenger. My fee goes only as a top-up. I think that's probably the value system we talked about.
There were many clients from your group also who were little worried about the price. I showed them, I gave them my price. You know how I send it on WhatsApp. I send them the price and everything. Then they showed me, Amit, your price is little expensive. I okay, no problem. Let me know how expensive I am. It's 500 rupees per ticket. When you go to make my trip, you see the first page, it's 3,000 rupees. When you go on the last page, it's 3,350 rupees. They charge you 350 convenience fees. Am I right? They said yes. Still you'll say, what about 150 rupees? When you do a web check-in, you will have to select the seats, which is mandatory. And that is minimum 200 rupees. So my margin from Make My Trip is 300 service fees or 250, whatever you think. And 200 to 250 rupees are seat charges. That is my 500 rupees justification.
No, I think as someone who worked in the hotels and aware of industry airlines, it's a moving picture. No price is constant. The price can change in the very next minute. And as you just said, the value added services that you provided, I think, are priceless. I can vouch for it. You gave a seat, I requested for a different seat. In no time you did it and got back to me. I think this today sets one apart. And I think in the market where giants of Make My Trip and all our Goibibo are there, I see how value that you bring to the table is priceless. And I think the trust factor seems to be lot more than what I would have on a Goibibo or Make My Trip. I'm happy, so I'm sharing.
Over there, see, there are now lots of people. I'll just show you one case. If the refunds have come from the airline, yes, airlines are giving refund now, but these big people have taken the refunds from the airline and not at all informed the clients also that the refunds have come. There was one of my client who used to do booking from Make My Trip. He just told me, Amit, I saw your reviews that many people you're refunding money. Can you help me out at least? I said, no problem. You send me a ticket, I'll just tell you. And he was shocked. I showed him the screenshot that on the airline website on 26th of April, your refund has been done, and it's been July and you have not been informed about the refund.
Very sad. Yeah, I think it goes on to say how trust forms the foundation for relationships that last a lifetime. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next one before your phone start ringing again. Is how did your course correction help you mentally, emotionally, and financially?
Only one thing I would say, just be positive. Everything happens for the good. And yes, it is happening. Because of all my courses, what I've done, all my systems and my technologies, it has paid off well.
Great. Nice to hear. I remember the artworks that you create, and I was also pleasantly surprised that when you said the entire website is managed by you. And when I requested or suggested for those changes, I think the changes came in few minutes. So that also formed a case study for me of how you adapting to the new world has helped you being a one-man army and taking complete control. If you have to ask a developer, he will say, sir, I'll get back to you in 24 hours, 48 hours. In your case, it was on the live. I could see it the next minute. And I think this is something that boosts the confidence in the setup that this person has everything under control. Who would you like to work with?
If you see also any feedback comes on my Google page, it's instantly uploaded on my website. Hardly it takes 2 minutes.
That's fantastic.
Your feedback also was live in 2 minutes when you said.
I have screenshots to share during trainings. So that was wonderful. Actually, it will live as an example for a long time to come. So let's move to the next one. What are your key takeaways from this chapter in life, the COVID chapter?
Key takeaways in the sense, now we have to just think everything happens for good in future as well. Whatever has gone, we cannot blame again and again. We have to just live with COVID now. We have to adapt this COVID and we have to move on.
Great. And I also would like to...
We cannot say, boss, if I go to the market now, I'll be suffered with COVID and something. No, you have to take precautions, or if you're going out, take precautions, but move on. There are people in Europe, if you see its full market is open, all tourism is open. So people are moving on.
Right. I agree. I think as many said, we need to learn to live with it because the end date is not known to anyone.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think also I would like to reflect your repeated mention of always being positive and recommendation to be positive. I think that stands out. And the last question, what would you like to tell the world if there was to a repeat of this kind of a situation, how to attend? Just you from your thought.
No one has a model for what we are all facing right now. We are all braving the storm together, dear. After this, all said and done, I think people really need to evaluate what the worst scenario can come or could be and make a plan for how they can get through it. That is the only thing I can tell them.
I think valid point where you mentioned about there's no model. I'm sure the next calamity or the challenge would not be the same. It would be probably something else in something form. But I think if people are prepared for any eventuality and are ready to adapt, I think in your case, how you adapted with 3 months when you didn't had much work, I could notice that you put all your energies to help your customers with their refunds, which was, I think, a apt adjustment, alignment with the need of the hour. And then quickly within the next 3 months, you just shared how busy you became right after, because I think the goodwill and the good work done during those 3 months seems to have paid rich dividends very next month. So it was fantastic conversation.
I believe it's been 3 to 4 groups I was very famous in. One is your Hyderabad group, standard groups. One is the Toronto standard groups, and one is the London standard groups. Everywhere my name is famous.
Yeah, I think it's so pleasant to see how good work quickly got the word spread so fast. I just randomly noticed, and I thought, who is this person? One time I saw, second time I saw. Then it became essential for me to let me check what does he has to offer. And then once that trust, when you spoke about the pricing, otherwise, trust me, the last time I might have bought a ticket from an agent was probably when I traveled to US for my MBA.
Okay.
That was in 2001. So you can imagine after 2001, 2020 is the year when I bought a ticket from a travel agent or a travel company. So I think you turned the tide by holding its neck in your favor purely because of the quality and the differentiation that you brings to the table as a service provider. I wish you all the very best, and I can vouch to all my friends who are in need of assistance. You will be the first person who would be knowing, and probably the only person, because I have no other such travel service provider that I know, and probably I would not also, I guess so, in the near future, because they become a rarity now.
Right.
Either they are a commodity or it is the website, but the rest who probably believe in your style of working, I think I don't really, I haven't seen one. And let's hope there are a few more. Maybe I'll meet in the future. Thanks a lot for your time, and all the very best for your setup and initiative, and many more kudos, blessings, and rewards come your way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, Amit. Take care.